back for another episode of Reading the Wrong Way. So if you watched the end of my previous review video, you know that I'm currently in the middle of some novels for summer reading club at my local library. Since I'm busy reading them, I can't really squeeze in manga as easily as I usually do. So for this episode and for the next one, I'll be reviewing some anime series that I own. I want to open by saying that I watch a lot of Funimation series, and I prefer to watch the dubbed English voices for my own reasons. My reviews will be quick and based on the English language DVDs. I'll note who the main voice actors are for each series. Also, if you're interested in buying any of the Funimation series, check to see if it's available in Save Edition. It's got this ugly, bright green banner on it, which you can take out the insert and reverse it, and it's pretty much the same exact cover. This release includes the same bonus features and such as the regular releases, but generally sells for about half the list price. Many of them include the complete series as well, usually all in one package on 4 DVDs. Generally, they're all titles that weren't really extremely popular, but I found quite a few favorites and hidden gems in this collection. Starting off is one such gem called AirTV. This was the very first anime I ever bought on DVD, and I still love watching it over and over. It's about a traveler named Yukito who is looking for the girl in the sky from one of his mother's stories. He meets a girl named Misuzu who takes him in and tells him of her dream to live amongst the clouds. The two begin a friendship that could help both of them reach their goals. It's a cute and heartfelt anime that echoes themes found in anime such as Clannad and Canon. It features Vic Mignogna and Monica Rial with a total of 13 episodes on 4 DVDs. Next is Black Cat. I've already reviewed the manga and have finally gotten the chance to watch the anime. This series is about a sweeper named Sven who begins working with ex-assassin Train and a young girl with nanomachines inside of her named Eve. It follows their encounters with different targets in the larger battle between Kronos and Train's old partner Creed. The anime takes its own liberties, especially towards the end of the series, but in general follows the manga's events. It's filled with a perfect mixture of action, comedy, and romance. It features Brandon Porter and Brina Palencia with a total of 24 episodes. This next one I got at the end of a panel at the convention I went to. The panel was called What the Hell Happens Next, and this OVA will definitely have you asking that question. It's called Data Toko Princess, and focuses on Princess Lapis, who must find her way back to her home after being banished for misusing her powers. With a constant craving for pudding and her 3 not-so-helpful comrades, it's hard to imagine any of them will make it back. This series is a satire of classic fantasy and magical girl genres, and will leave you laughing and shaking your head at the absurdity. There are some adult moments in it, so probably older teen will be a good rating. There are only 3 episodes to it. D. Gray Man is next. I haven't read the manga or watched the anime yet, but I have read the first chapter and seen one random episode while channel surfing that makes me very eager to start watching it. It reminds me a lot of Fullmetal Alchemist for some reason. Maybe it's just me. Anyways, I believe this is about a cursed boy named Alan who must fight against the Akuma and the Millennium Earl in a fight to save mankind. That's literally all I know right now, but I'm good. I'm ready for it. From the episode that I watched, it looks very, very good, with great animation and excellent voice acting. It features Todd Haberkorn, Lucy Christian, and Christopher Sabat, with 51 episodes available in English. Digimon is next, and I'm sure many of us grew up with the 7 Digidestin and their partners. If I may quote the Hey Digimon song, it's about 7 young kids who go camp for the summer and wind up living in a digital land where everybody gets to meet their own Digipartner. The kids must work together with their Digimon and each other in order to save the digital world and the real one. I only own the first season since it's my personal favorite, so this one has all 54 episodes of the first season. It features Joshua Seth, Michael Reyes, and many, many others. Next is Fooly Cooly, or FLCL. I'm not even going to try to explain the plot of this anime because it's so chaotic and fragmented, it often doesn't seem to have one. From the opening sentence, the main character Naota comments that nothing amazing happens here, only the ordinary. After that, everything but the ordinary happens. It's one of those series where you're either going to love it or hate it. It's a combination of sci-fi, mecha, and slapstick comedy that will eventually entertain those that don't necessarily care about a coherent plot. It features Barbara Goodson and Carrie Walgren, with only 6 episodes. Hetalia. Oh, what can I say about Hetalia other than I love everything about it? Imagine every country in the world as a very attractive person. Each country embodies the most well-known stereotypes of that country. For example, America is a hamburger-loving hero, and France is a flamboyant lover. This series follows their interactions throughout history, though not entirely accurate. It's one of my favorite comedy series that never fails to make me smile and laugh. It features Todd Haberkorn and Patrick Sayetz, with 52 episodes in Axis Powers, 48 episodes and 4 OVAs in World Series, as well as a movie called Paint It White. Hyperspeed Grandal is another DVD I got from that anime panel, which once again left me asking, what the hell happens next? Hikaru is the daughter of a mad scientist, but is an ordinary girl. That is until she finds out she's actually an alien with a superpowered mecha suit. She's the only one that can stop the impending alien invasion. While I don't think this series was quite as wacky as Data Toko Princess, it certainly had its moments. The voice acting, even if you prefer dubs, will probably make you cringe. But I enjoyed the series for its quirky lead and story. It's also complete in 3 episodes. Kase no Stigma is one of those gems I was talking about earlier. It's about cool loner Kazuma, who controls the wind, and hot-headed Ayano, who controls fire, who must work together to stop magic users and demons from attacking the citizens of Tokyo. They don't usually see eye to eye on situations and are often fighting each other while fighting their common enemy. This series is another with the perfect combination of comedy and action. The biggest complaint most viewers have is that there's no real ending. The author of the light novels died, leaving the series unfinished. I personally don't mind the ending, but you'll have to determine such things for yourself. It features Robert McCullum and Chirami Lay with 24 episodes. La Corte de Oro is the only anime in my collection that is only subbed. I'll be reviewing the manga at some point in the future. It's about Kahoko, a general education student who receives a magical violin and is forced to enter her school's music competition. Some of the best musicians and most eligible bachelors are her rivals. Romance and comedy ensue in this cute and clever reverse harem series. The anime follows the manga almost panel for panel. I only own Primo Passo, which has 26 episodes. Pre-Tier is one of my favorite magical girl series. I've reviewed the manga before. Himeno has just been uprooted by her father's recent marriage to a wealthy businesswoman. While attempting to fit into her new life, she meets the 7 Leafei Knights, who need her to become the Pre-Tier so that she can combat the Princess of Darkness and save the world from destruction. There are a few changes between the manga and anime, which I elaborated on in my previous video. It's a lighthearted adventure comedy that is a perfect introduction into the magical girl genre. It features Lucy Christian and Christopher Patton with 13 episodes. Romeo x Juliet is the classic tragic love story with a heaping handful of fantasy twists. Juliet is the last Capulet, and she's been disguised as a boy to avoid the murderous grasp of the Montagues. She roams the streets as the masked Red Whirlwind, helping those that are oppressed or in danger. She falls in love with Montague's son Romeo, when he rescues her, and thus begins the tragic tale of the two lovers separated by a blood feud. While it doesn't entirely echo the original, there is enough in it, including Shakespeare himself, that will keep a fan watching. It features Chris Burnett and Brina Palencia with 24 episodes. Rurouni Kenshin is another I reviewed, but I prefer the manga wholeheartedly to the anime. It's about Kenshin, a wandering swordsman who is sworn to never use his sword to kill anyone. He meets Kaoru, who owns a dojo, and stays there, meeting both friend and enemy during his stay. I didn't really like the anime as much because many of the stories and characters were not even in the manga. I only own 3 episodes which I received as a gift, and the story within them never happened in the manga. It isn't a bad anime necessarily, I just prefer the manga personally. It features Richard Cancino and Mary Devon with 95 episodes. Sands of Destruction was another one of those gems for me. I never played the DS game it's based on, but the story and voice actors had me sold. It's about a world where beastmen oppress and control the humans, and the seas are all sand. Morte is determined to destroy the world she hates so much. Another human, Kyrie, and a beastman, Tapi, that looks like a teddy bear, join her on her quest. This series starts out quite comical, and begins taking a dark turn towards the halfway point. The story is well developed for such a short series. It features Lucy Christian and Todd Habercorn with 13 episodes. I'm currently in the middle of Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle, and loving every second of it. I've reviewed the manga but not yet the anime. It's centered around Xiaoran, a boy who is traveling between worlds with Bai, a magician, Kurogane, a swordsman, and Sakura, a princess, in order to reclaim her lost memories. They explore different worlds and must band together in order to achieve their own personal goals and keep the person watching them at bay. The action and melancholy in this series is balanced nicely by the comic relief of Mokona and the relationship between Fai and Kurogane. Much like La Corte de Oro, it follows the manga almost perfectly, aside from a handful of filler episodes. It features Jason Liebrecht and Monica Reel with 52 episodes. Finally, we have Triple X Holic. I now own the complete manga series and have to say it's probably my favorite series right now. Likewise, this anime is also probably my favorite. Watanuki, who has been seeing spirits his whole life, wanders into the shop of the dimensional witch Yuko. She's willing to help those in need and grant their wishes for a price. Watanuki works in her shop to be free of his visions and discovers that not everything is as it seems. This series is dark with an overlaying melancholic tone to it, with some comedy thrown in to keep the mood a little light. It's a mix of horror and mysticism that appeals to me. It features Todd Haberkorn and Colleen Clinkenbeard, with 24 episodes. Tsubasa also has 2 OVAs that were released, Tokyo Revelations and Spring Thunder. I haven't watched either of them yet since I'm still in the middle of the anime, but judging by the pictures and the description on the back, I can guess, based on the manga, what they're about. So hopefully they're really good, because at least one of them is one of my favorite story arcs from the series. They also have a Tsubasa movie release called The Princess in the Birdcage Kingdom, which again I haven't watched because I want to finish the original series first, but I have watched the XXX Holic movie, A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's about Yuko, Watanuki, and Domeki going to a mansion. They've been invited with a bunch of collectors, and they have to figure out what's going on in the haunted mansion, that the owner can't get into her house again. It was really good. It really echoes the moods of the original series, and all the voice actors are the same for each of these. It also includes bonus features like the opening day at Japan with all of the voice actors, which I found really entertaining. So if you like either of these 2 series, I can definitely recommend the movies. I haven't seen the OVAs yet, but I'm guessing since I love the series so much, I can probably recommend them too. So now that I've talked your ear off about the animes that I own, I hope that perhaps I've uncovered a few series that you may not have heard of or may have been on the fence about. I know my reviews are very short, so if you have any questions about them, feel free to comment and I'll do my best. Next time I'm thinking about doing the Hayao Miyazaki movies that I have, so hopefully you'll tune in again next time.
When I was given freedom, oh, all I did was flee. When I turned back, there was nothing to see. You closed your doors before I could open mine. Now I know, now I see, it was a